Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Red Devils Talk, latest Manchester United news, previews, reviews. Subscribe to the channel, drop a like, you know what to do. Thank you for your support. And as you see in the thumbnail, Glazers still in control. I say thanks to Sir Jim for that. And his surname is quite, shall I say, a very good play on words. Ratcliffe. You could call him a rat if you want. But how he's gone about trying to acquire control of the club, or 25%, is not good. And with what has been reported by the Financial Times, by the Athletic, and further other credible sources, it's not good. We play Sheffield United. I'll definitely be doing a preview on that in today's video as well. But I want to focus on the main bit of news that has been coming through of late. So it was reported that Sir Jim will be looking to get control of the footballing side of the club, the 25%. However, a committee will be formed, a trio of himself, Sir Jim, Sir Dave Brailsford, and Joel Glazer, who will be working on the footballing side of the club. What has Joel Glazer done for Manchester United, where the football club has benefited? You can hear by how I speak, I'm quite upset by this news. We always make the joke that this is a joke, but it isn't a joke. How can Sir Jim, knowing, seeing, reading what the fans are wanting, and he still comes up with this elaborate deal where Joel Glazer is now part of the control of the footballing side of the club? We know that him and Avram are the owners of the club and further other Glazer siblings, but they've done nothing for the footballing side of the club. Never spent any money of their own when it comes to transfers or helping the first team. They haven't decided to invest in the club, in its infrastructure, in its development behind the scenes. They've allowed it to erode and completely just collapse, capitulate. And now that Sir Jim comes along with this snake of a deal where he still gives them control of the club but gets his foot in the door, it's disgusting. I mean, if it works out, if we start doing well on the footballing side, then, good, I retract what I say. But I don't see that happening. Not with the Glazers in charge. He's still going to have to go to them for money. They're still going to be the ones controlling when and if we do spend money on whatever the club needs. They've shown since they've gotten the club that they don't care to put money into the club and only look to make business deals that can benefit them. The same cycle of qualifying for the Champions League and then not backing the manager and then sacking him and getting a new one and repeating the cycle again. Now, I'm not here saying that Ten Hag will be sacked, but what type of decision making can you trust from Joel Glazer, Sir Dave Brailsford, who have never, ever involved themselves in football? Sir Jim, his club Nice might be doing well in League A right now, but there's no evidence to say that he is a good owner for a football club. He doesn't even have the money to buy the football club. That's whether the Glazers wanted to sell or not. It's a disgrace. And this is the future that we face as Manchester United. How are we seeing any bright future when what we see happening and what is being planned is no different to what we've been experiencing and going through the last few years? It is purely disgraceful the way Sir Jim, the Glazers, etc. are making these decisions, knowing that this is not what the fans want, knowing that it is not the best for the football club. Because Manchester United used to be the best. It hurts to say that we used to be the best. We are fighting against mid-table clubs, losing to teams that are lower in the table than us. And it's not because of a lack of effort or a lack of quality on the pitch. It is because everything off the pitch has filtered into the first team. The toxic behavior, the, shall I say, lackadaisical attitude towards exceeding and being excellent and setting a standard is gone. Because if the players see that the ownership don't give a damn, why would they? I.e., the likes of Sancho. If we were a serious football club, his contract would be terminated, he'd be out of the door. So, again, knowing that the Glazers are going to be in control still is a disgrace. And I cannot for the life of me see a future where we do well under their ownership. And whether Sir Jim comes in and starts turning a wheel that is better for us, he still would have to report to the Glazers. And that is where things will continue to break down. We will not succeed or do well under a Glazer ownership. But enough about that. Let's speak a bit about the preview, the Sheffield United game. I swear, sometimes birds can be a very good thing, but they can also be annoying. The Glazers are like two birds that definitely need to be stoned. Yeah, kill two birds with one stone and all that. But anyway, let's get to the preview. Sheffield United, another away game. We won our previous game before the international break against Brentford, 2 late goals from McTominay. And this is a game that we should be winning. No excuses. Sheffield United should be a win for us. It's a big game. We need to now get into a consistent winning form. We might have won Brentford, but we would have wanted another game immediately after that to allow us to pursue and build on that confidence. But the likes of Rashford getting a goal in the international break, McTominay playing well, Rasmus Højlund, Bruno Fernandes, Delo, etc. They done well in the international break. And they need to replicate that form at the club, at Manchester United. Now against Sheffield United, you would expect them to play direct, long balls, crosses into the box, no messing about with possession football. They are going to be a team that we will have to break down. They will defend deep. They will not play a high line, in my opinion. So we ourselves, when we have possession of the ball, need to play quick. High tempo, press them when we can, keep them in their defensive third, in our final third, and just dominate from the beginning of the game. There will, in my opinion, be changes to the team. And who I would go with, who I think Ten Hag might go with, based on certain factors, which I will go through now. Onana in goal. I think he has to stick with him regardless of mistakes or errors. He needs to stick with him. It's a goalkeeper that he chose to bring to the club. And Onana needs to play through this bad form. Reguilon, fit, training back in the team. Our only fit left back, has to start at left back. Right back, Delo, same situation, only fit right back and is in good form, should play. And in centre back, for me personally, I think he would go with Maguire. 1, based off the game that he had against Brentford, and 2, his aerial ability. Sheffield United, as I said, will play long balls, and he is good in the air and will look to, again, do well for us from that perspective. Now, Rafael Varane is back in training, and Ten Hag might start him because he is our best defender. But I think, and I feel, Lindelof should play, mainly because 1, he needs to also get back to the form that we know he can, where he's a reliable centre-back. And 2, we rest Varane for the Champions League game and for our game against City next week. So that's the back 4 I think we should have. Reguilon, Maguire, Lindelof and Delo. And in midfield, 1, Casemiro is not going to play for tomorrow's game. He won't be available for the Champions League game because of his red card. So a nice rest for him. And whether it is true that he has an injury and that is why he's not back in England and still in Brazil, then we take that and we allow him to get the break that he needs to come back ready to face City next weekend. So Amrabat will then start in midfield. And for me, because of his form in the international break and because he scored the 2 goals that got us the win against Brentford, McTominay should start. I don't think I would have wanted to say that, come the beginning of the season after the transfer window. But he's here and he's playing well, got good form. And against Sheffield United, him and Maguire should do well. These are teams that they should play well against because they are supposedly lower than their quality level that they are. And in the 10, of course, Bruno. And the front three for me. Now, as I said, Copenhagen is coming up, Champions League. And yes, Rashford scored a goal. But for me, Garnacho is more direct in attacking his defender. And in a game where we're going to have much of the ball, he will want to take on the defender, beat him, and find himself playing a ball into the box. For Højlund, of course, who would start up front. And on the right-hand side, I would play Anthony. Now, Rashford, you might not want to not play him. And Ten Hag might play him because I think he's Ten Hag's favorite player. Him, Bruno, etc. But I'm looking ahead to the Champions League game because I believe that this is a game we should win. It should be 3 points for us. And Garnacho should be able to play and do well, at least, against a team like Sheffield United. So that's my starting 11. That's what I think would happen in the game. We should win. These are the games we should be winning if we want to find ourselves in the top 4. If we want to find ourselves having a good Premier League season, then these are the games that should be a win for us. Without a doubt. I think that is the basic and should be the be-all and end-all of these type of teams. Champions League next, Copenhagen. And of course, next Premier League game is Manchester City, which is a massive, massive game. But thank you for joining me in today's video. Drop a like, subscribe to the channel. Please do. I appreciate your love and support. And of course, enjoy the game. Till we see each other again soon, Red Devils. Bye-bye. Thanks for watching. If you want more content on Manchester United, like, share and subscribe.